It makes sense in the comic book just for the simple fact that this woman was getting beat. Okay, her son was getting beat, and she was getting beat, and we saw that. We could see, they let us see that in the comic books. So of course, if this very handsome man that is strong and has this group that looks up to him, and he has these leadership skills, and he's an alpha male, what woman wouldn't want a hero to come in and sweep in? You know, she liked the dude. She was into him right when she met him. You know what I'm saying? So I understood that. I understood that where she was coming from in the comic book. But what I don't understand is why would they flip it to where Rick was trying to pursue her? I was just like, that ain't even who Rick is. They just really just made Rick not likable. It was just like, it made me cringe. It made me cringe. I cringed. If you trying to get somebody to be on to think that that's gonna be a really good relationship, should you be cringing? Should you be like, ugh? Should you be cringing? I'm just saying, y'all didn't sell it, because everybody that I know was cringing. Everybody was like, I don't like Jesse. I don't like what they trying to do. So back to what I was saying. You know, I could understand in the comic book why she wanted Rick. She wanted to be saved. And I get that. Now let's go to the show. First of all, I didn't see where this woman was being abused. You know, you saw that with Carol. We saw this man pop her in the face. You know, we saw how he talked to her, how he didn't want her associating with the other women, and we saw that. So we knew that she was being abused. You know, but with Jesse, honey, you a little bit too high. You, let me tell you why you hot. Because if you was getting abused by your husband, why was you all up in Rick's face holding the baby? You all in Rick's face. Y'all are obviously flirting with each other. You know, if you getting abused, boo, then why would you wouldn't be in his face? You'd be like, look, Rick, y- yeah, you know, it's really nice. Let me go see what my husband's doing. You know, you're not gonna be all up in Rick's face like that, number one, if you being abused. That's what I'm trying to say. You not gonna be in Rick's face like that. And then when your husband came over there, you didn't seem shaky or nervous, or like, oh my god, what is he gonna do? You know, oh my goodness, is he gonna act up in front of all these people? What? Girl, you were just cool, calm, and collected. And then after your husband came over there and seen you with Rick, you went back over there, and that's when he kissed you. Can somebody please explain that to me? Explain that story plot to me, because I'm confused. The Walking Dead producers and the writers, y'all messed up on that. Y'all shouldn't have signed off on that, because that didn't make no sense, and that didn't go over well with none of the viewers. And now, I mean, maybe some people liked it, but from what I see, a lot of people were kind of like, that don't make no sense. No kind of sense. But let me tell you, every time Jesse and Rick had a moment, I was like, here we go with this bull crap, this cow maneuver again. You know, that was where I was with it. I felt like it felt forced. It just felt forced. It felt forced. Period, point blank. It felt forced. And people are like, oh, that has such a connection. And this, that. Let me bust your bubble real quick, and then we gonna move on. First of all, they had Michonne out on the porch, because guess what? If that woman would have been at that party and it would have been her and Rick talking, we weren't gonna be looking at Jesse. We gonna be looking at Rick and Michonne and be like, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that with Rick and Michonne? It was a lot going on right there. See, the Walking Dead know what they doing. They know what they doing. They brushed her out to the side, because they knew if they would have had Michonne, she would have shut it down. It would have been tens across the board. Okay? Tens, honey, tens. She would have shut it down. It wouldn't have been no people thinking that Rick and Jesse got this thing going on. It just wouldn't have been that. So I'm going to leave it there on that situation. Moving on. I just really didn't understand In the season finale, how Gabriel left the gate open. The way he left the gate open, it was just like, really, Gabriel? He was like, it was like intentional. It wasn't even, you were that out of it that you left the gate open for walkers. It was just like a plot device. It was poorly executed. Sorry. It was poorly executed. I'm just gonna put it out there and I'm just gonna say that. It was just like, really, dude? You didn't even lock the gate because you were so surprised that you killed some walkers. So it was just a lot of inconsistencies in 5B, man, where I was just like, no, man, no, no, just no. And then when Deanna's husband died, I wanted that to be more dramatic. But I was so already done with Conquer because it was an hour and 30 minutes long, I and they were hyping it up to be this great episode ever. And Greg Natero was like, oh, if they don't get no awards for this, I have to really question what are they seeing wrong with it. Y'all didn't deserve nothing for that. And I'm just gonna be real, because when Reg died, it was like, oh, okay, that's where we going with that. And then Deanna, I wanted more build up. She was just like, Reg, do it. Bam. And that was it. I was like, what? Moving on, because some of the stuff that went on in 5B was just some BS, dude. It was just BS. You know, just let me move on. Let me move on. What happened to Rick? Sorry, what happened to Carl and what happened to Michonne's relationship? So we kind of just that kind of got brushed to the wayside. We're not even gonna talk about that. That's just gone. They didn't got to Alexandria. Rick then got his lady picked out. Carl got his little lady picked out, and Michonne just got brushed to the side. I tell you, when they got to Alexandria, it was like they scared her like cockroaches. Okay, it was like pew, So I would like to see more of that in season 6. I want to see their connection because I love it. It's just so cute, and I was a little upset by that. But what made me feel even more better was Chandler Riggs, when he was on The Talking Dead. He said, nah, him and Michonne, they still close, like a mother, best friend. They still have that connection. So that made me feel good. So hopefully maybe we'll see something with them in season 6. I really don't know when, because it seemed like it's just going to be nothing but action. I don't know if they're filming out of sequence, because to me it seems like the stuff that they're filming would be something that would be towards the end of 5A, but I don't know. You never know what The Walking Dead is doing. You never know. So let's move on. I want to talk about every season they hype us up. They always say this season is just going to be better than the rest. It's just going to be all out excitement and it's just going to be great. What I want to say about season 6, I want to see more backstory. I want y'all to be consistent in your stories. I want to see more character development. I want to see y'all not focus so much on characters that are not the main characters. I want stories to make sense, and I want to have some kind of resolution to sum up these stories. You know what I mean? It's okay to, you know, drag out a story. I'm not saying not beat it till it's just dead and you can't. I mean, you y'all beat certain things on this show till it's dead, which is Carol. Y'all just beat it. Y'all beat her character to where we just don't want to see her no more. It's just like, oh, here she go again, again. So I just feel like y'all need to spread out the characters. If you have such a big cast, as you do with The Walking Dead. I feel like you need to take one or two or three characters each episode and let's do something with that, like y'all did back in season 4 when you broke them up. I know a lot of people didn't really like that, you know what I'm saying, but I did. I felt like I got to know who Sasha was. I got to know her, a little bit more better and make me like her, so